That was a strange thing. You want to see strange? I saw a huge pancake from my car the other day.
Betty, do you see the flapjacks in the sky?
I do, Barney.
Batmobile tumbler prop from the Dark Knight series. That was probably my most famous one back in the day.
Stop hiding animals in weird places on your body and then trying to sneak them through airport security.
Prepare yourself for Earthling Entertainment, the perfect blend of paranormal and pop culture, with your host, Joe Wakefield and Ryan Lang.
I love it. I'm a fan of this. I'm here for it.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of Earthling Entertainment with your hosts, Joe and Ryan.
That's right. I'm your host for a solid minute this morning, turned into a being of pure energy, Joe Wakefield.
And I am right here in the physical form. Hi, I'm Ryan, and welcome to Earthling Entertainment. To all of our returning listeners, welcome back. If you're new, Joe's got something to say.
That's right. Hello, welcome newbies. How you doing? Carl, what's up? Jerry, nice hat. Love it. Love it. Anyways, you might be wondering what it is we do on this show. You know what? I'm going to tell you. It's a little bit of kind of like a layer cake, if you will, a mix of pop culture and paranormal. So after a little bit of banter, we have our first section, which is called spooky stuff. And that's always like a cryptid, a myth, a legend, but it's always spooky. That, of course, is followed by Earth Pop, which is our pop culture section. Normally, we have a celebrity guest, but this time we have a special presentation. We're talking about FrankenFest. It's this awesome festival in Detroit. We'll tell you more about that later. But then we have, genre news and kind of like all the pop culture stuff you could possibly want. That, of course, is followed by Disclosure Discussion, which is all about aliens. And we wrap it all up with a little bit of real world weird. When there's a story that's strange and silly, but not quite supernatural and definitely not pop culture, but just kind of weird, that's where it goes. We like to end the show a little bit with a laugh. Isn't that right, Ron?
That's right, Joe. We really do. We have laughs all along the way. We're going to have a good time here today.
Yeah, we've been trying to think of a way to just kind of like to incorporate the fact that we're goofy in our description of our show, because we're always the perfect blend of paranormal and pop culture, but it doesn't quite convey that we're also silly as heck.
We really are. We've been friends for a very long time, and we've always been quite silly.
Yeah, we talked about it. We actually met in when we were in sixth grade. I mean, something like that. Maybe
Something like
between
that.
sixth and seventh grade. And there was a acting class which was all about improv.
Yes.
And they gave us scenarios. They gave us like commercials. They're like, hey, you do a commercial for Depends. You do a commercial for, like a vacuum.
Odor eaters.
Yeah.
That was one.
And it really helped with the whole, I guess, coming up with this stuff and playing off each other.
It did, and I remember one of them was Z-Bart, and it was to a girl who was mildly attractive in the class, and she didn't know what Z-Bart was. So I do remember her being like, "Welcome to Club Z-Bart," and she like did like the whole thing, and like just young me was like, "Okay, like, well done." She won, I think.
Fair enough. What is Z-Bart?
Oh, it's like an oil and lube.
Huh.
Yeah, it's like a.
Our acting teacher told us to do that?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, Z-Bart's totally like, yeah, it's like a oil change place.
Huh. Oh, that kind of oil and lube.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. When you said oil and lube, immediately I'm like dirty stuff, and I'm like, did we have young children doing like a lube commercial? I don't remember that.
Well, she sure chose to make it that way.
Well, I know, but for a second there, I thought we uncovered a scandal.
No. Just her doing the best with what she could do with a word that she did not know what it meant.
All right. All right. Well, dude, what did you do this last weekend? What is Ryan up to lately?
Well, I did make sure to go and see with my kids. I went and saw the new Paw Patrol movie.
Oh, I can't act excited.
The Dino movie.
Yeah, I mean, fantastic, Ryan.
Not gonna lie, it wasn't bad.
Well, you know what? Dinosaurs are good. You know what was a better movie?
What?
The End of Oak Street.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, I do want to see that.
I'm really depressed that it's not doing well in theaters. The End of Oak Street, people are calling it the second best Jurassic Park movie ever made.
I mean, okay. I mean,
Yeah.
I'll take that. It doesn't look bad. I mean, it's a silly
No.
concept for sure.
Oh, it's perfect, dude. It's like a Twilight Zone. Basically, this isn't really a spoiler. It's very clear in the trailers what's going on, but the entire neighborhood gets zapped away back in time. And suddenly they're just like the whole, like, imagine a bubble of space being put there, and it's the dinosaur. They have bird dinosaurs and big dinosaurs and people getting eaten. There's a lot of death. And
Well,
it had surprises. It was so charming. So charming.
no, it sounds great, but I mean, I'm not surprised it's not doing well.
I am.
I kind of am. I'm not surprised because I feel like 2026 has been such an incredible year for movies, right? I feel like people might be getting a little movie fatigue when it comes to something unexpected, right? Like people were expecting certain movies that have already come out and obviously are about to come out, right? We're going to get Endgame re-released with extra footage at the end of September. Then at the end of the year, we're going to get Doomsday, where it's going to be Dune 3 and Doomsday are going to come out. So I feel like we're getting a lot of these great movies that everybody's anticipating. So then when you get dinosaur movie,
This is a summer.
Owen McGregor, Owen McGregor, dinosaur. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
No,
I feel
dude.
like
No,
I'm
no.
not surprised.
No, this deserves so much better. Okay, so like that silly movie Backdoors? Excuse me, Back Rooms. This movie deserved to do better than that. Like, this is so freaking good. But you know what?
It does sound. I want to see it.
I'll go back. All right, I digress. It's not important. You know what I really want to talk to you about?
What?
Insidious Into the Further.
I just bumped in my thing. Oh, Insidious.
Yeah,
I didn't even know there was a new one.
Dude, this is the 6th one.
And it was in theater?
Yeah, it's in theaters right now. Came out this weekend.
I swear to God, how do I not hear about these things?
I don't know. All right, so the first Insidious, was 2011. And I remember our buddy Jeff, he passed away in 2011, talking about how much he really, really liked it. And then the second one, being a direct sequel, was okay, great. And they kind of seemed like they closed off the story. So then they did something fun. The next two were prequels. And it was like, I'm not going to pretend like I know what the next two were called. Then they made the fifth one, which was kind of a sequel to the second one because it brought back the family from the first two. And then now with the sixth one, they've got a completely new story.
Okay.
But all you need to know, is in the mythology of this movie, there is a place called the Further, which is kind of like a spooky purgatory realm in between the world of the living and the realm of the dead. And the movies are all about humans, people who could mentally, kind of like go into that world, and the demons that reside who either haunt them or are trying to escape.
Is this the one with the scary demon looking guy and like the kid like drew the picture being like, last night I watched myself sleep or whatever. Like he drew that like where he was like basically having an out of body experience. So he must have been in that realm. Because I get Insidious mixed up with there was another
Could
horror.
be Sinister.
Right, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
I get it. I get these two mixed up. Sorry.
I gotta be honest, man. I'm into these movies and I've seen them all, but like I haven't seen the first and second one really since I don't remember that particular part.
Yeah.
But I think you should watch it. I think everyone should watch it, dude.
I think so too.
I did a fun little kind of like review on our Instagram. If you guys want to check that out, definitely do. And yeah, of course, I know you're gonna find this as a huge surprise, but I saw it at MJR.
Oh.
Don't just see the movies, experience the movies in IMAX at the MJR Troy and MJR Southgate Cinemas. See the movies like never before in stunning 4K laser IMAX projection on a massive screen. Feel the movies with heart-pounding IMAX precision sound and experience true movie-going bliss in our fully powered luxury recliner seats. Get your IMAX tickets at mjrtheaters.com for the world's most immersive film experience. Now featured at the MJR Troy and Southgate Cinemas.
Go to the movies.
We always encourage it.
Oh man, what about you though? You see anything lately?
Other than that, no. I mean, I watched Hocus Pocus last night, which is a classic, just because it got a little breezy here in Michigan, just a little bit.
So,
and my girlfriend's like, that's it. It's fall. It is fall.
Time to do Halloween.
Oh, we're already decorating.
This is where like the wheelbarrows of pumpkin spice are getting pulled into all the coffee shops.
Yes. Good.
Good.
But yeah, no, that one's good. No, I love that movie, Hocus Pocus, and it still holds up. Like even like
I don't feel like you're gonna have a hot take on how good Hocus Pocus is.
I mean, right? I feel like, and it's so crazy though that is a 33-year-old movie. Isn't that just a kick in the butt right there?
It's still no. What really freaked me out is that the 2016 Ninja Turtles sequel, Out of the Shadows, was 10 years old. That one messed with me because it was not that one, but the first one. I
Okay.
actually interviewed the actors for that movie as like for a different website I was working for at the time. So it's just weird to think like, oh my god, that was like 10. Getting old, I'm falling apart. We're all melting. Dust in the wind. Dust in the wind.
R.I.P. Joe. Old age has taken him.
It happens. But I got nothing, man. You want to get all spooky with this?
I mean, we might as well go get spooky, guys. I found a good one today.
All right, guys. I hope you enjoy the, as always, cryptid on this week's Spooky Stuff.
The Crocotta is a globally distributed mythical dog wolf, originating in India as well as Ethiopia. The Crocotta has the body of an extremely large dog, sometimes as large as a mule. Its head resembles that of a hyena, and it has cloven hooves, a horse-like mane, and a tail that resembles that of a lion.
Yeah, not too bad of ass either.
Its fur ranges in color from orangish yellow to brownish black, and can include spots or stripes resembling a hyena or tiger. It is sometimes depicted without teeth, but with bones used to crush its prey.
Like coming out of its mouth?
I guess.
But aren't teeth technically bone?
I guess.
Yeah, so like what's the difference?
I think it's explained later.
All right.
The
Strap in.
That's right. The Crocotta has the ability to mimic human speech and uses this power to lure its victims to it.
All right, hold on. I got to tell you something.
Okay.
There is this movie starring Natalie Portman, Annihilation. I believe it was called Annihilation.
Okay.
But there's this bear. All right, so long story short, they have this zone that is affected by like, I'm not going to get into it, an alien thing that's making DNA blend together. So plants and humans and people and animals and all these other things are kind of all blending together. So there's this weird bear creature that after it kills this woman, mimics her speech, and like it's opening its mouth going like rawr, but instead of a rawr, it's like the death cries of this woman. So it's like and it's like like it's the most terrifying thing in the entire world.
That's effing horrifying.
It is. You should watch it, man. That's crazy.
I should.
All right, move on.
So it uses this power to draw its victims to it by mimicking human speech, usually by pretending to be someone in trouble. The creature often uses a voice that the victim recognizes and sometimes calls the victim by name or includes other personal information in its cry for help.
Hey, baby dick.
We're not talking about Jeff here.
No, that is exactly where that came from. Sorry.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's fine. Inside jokes on podcasts are things everyone can enjoy.
That's right. The Crocotta has no unusual powers or vulnerabilities. Although resilient to damage, it can be overcome by conventional weapons.
Bullets. I only witnessed. How did you know?
Crocotta can survive in any type of climate or terrain as long as there is plenty of food available. But they are most often found in areas where herd animals like sheep, cattle, or deer are plentiful.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense, right? Where the food is easily grabbed. Why wouldn't you live there?
Yeah, it sounds like pure carnivore.
Yeah, it doesn't take a mystery to solve that one. That's good.
They often make their lairs in caves or abandoned buildings. Because they are so rarely encountered in modern day America, no one has been able to determine very much specific information about the creature's life cycle and habits. Crocotta appear to have a animal level intelligence, and their mimicry seems to be similar to that of a parrot. It's mimicry. Sorry, mimicry.
Yeah,
Mimicry.
okay, so I thought you were telling me a new word. You're just being silly.
I was just being silly and reading it wrong again.
All right, that's fine.
So it's mimicry.
Mimicry, yes.
However, their ability to mimic voices known to the victim and in some cases use the victim's name or other personal information leads researchers to believe that the creatures have some rudimentary form of telepathic ability. While Crocotta will and do eat humans, they seem equally satisfied with other forms of meat and do not go to unusual lengths to find specifically human prey.
Yeah, so I mean, if you're dumb and you get eaten by one, that's kind of on you because
kind
it's
of
like
on
they
you.
would have eaten a rabbit. That's,
Yeah.
you were the one who fell for, that weird little voice going, hey, Carl, come over here.
Well, I guess I got to go over there.
Hey, Carl,
What? What?
come on over here.
Oh, okay, I'm coming.
All right.
Oh, God. The Crocotta. The Crocotta. The Crocotta was reported to have appeared more than once in the Roman arena. According to the Augustan history, the emperor Antoninus Pius presented a Crocotta.
Wait, an entominous penis?
Antoninus Pius.
Yeah, an entominous penis.
Do you have a problem with biggest dickus? So he was presented a Crocotta probably at his Decinalia in AD 148.
Do you know what that is?
No.
Okay.
The historian, I'm guessing it was some kind of
Party?
party. Yeah.
Coming of age or something? I don't know.
Something like that.
Like,
yeah. So here's a
It's his
Crocotta.
quinceañera.
Hey, Crocotta for you.
Yeah. Quinceañera?
Quinceañera.
Yeah.
That's right.
What is it? I
Oh,
knew
quinceañera.
that.
Thank you. The historian Cassius
I'm
Dio
ashamed.
credits the later emperor Septimius Severus with bringing the Crocotta to Rome, saying this Indian species was then introduced into Rome for the first time. So far as I'm aware, this is a quote. It has the color of a lioness and tiger combined, and the general appearance of those animals, as also of a dog and fox, curiously blended.
Kind of sounds like it could be a hyena, to be honest.
And
Like
that's-
maybe not so much in color, but in the description of the other aspects.
And it was also described of having like a hyena head, right? But it had like cloven hooves. It had
Okay,
the
but-
long tail.
Okay, yeah, and it also said it like had the the color of a lion. So what if it was like an albino hyena or something?
Maybe, but
Look
like
at think of Jimothy. This could be a
remember
sc-
Jimothy.
remember Jimothy. Okay.
That's true.
The internet shouldn't forget.
No, I don't think we ever will. He's made his way to Roku TV. Like the
Finally.
little city, Roku City that goes
I haven't
by.
even made it to Roku TV.
He's in there. And it's hilarious. And we did cover he's in World of Warcraft. Love Jimothy. Anyways, later bestiaries of the Middle Ages confounded these various accounts so that one finds the largely mythical creature giving differing names and various characteristics, real and imaginary. Among the characteristics not found in the ancient sources was the idea that the eyes of the Crocotta were striped gems that could give the possessor peculiar powers when placed under the tongue.
So you got to take its eyes out and put it under your tongue?
Yes.
Seems like a weird thing you need to do.
But don't you want oracular powers?
I mean, I would try.
I would like oracular powers. Yeah.
Especially if they're like emeralds. It said they were like jewels. That's less gross than
Yeah.
like an eyeball.
It's a striped gem, right?
I'll take it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's not too
I'll
bad.
put a cat eye marble before like a severed cat eye in my mouth. I'm
Just-
just saying.
Just rinse it off a bit.
He's fine.
Yeah, it'd be fine.
He's fine. You
He's
get
fine.
powers. You get powers.
Powers, just fine.
It's fine.
So, Pliny, a good man, in his work Natural History, variously described the Crocotta as a combination between a dog and a wolf, between a hyena and a lion. Crocotta. Of the hyena, Pliny writes that it is popularly believed to be a hermaphrodite and to become male and female in alternate years, the female bearing offspring without any male. And that among the shepherds' homesteads, it simulates human speech and picks up the name of one of them so as to call him to him to come out of the doors and tear him to pieces. and also that it imitates a person being sick to attract the dogs so that it may attack them. That this animal alone digs up corpses, that a female is seldom caught, that its eyes have 1,000 variations of color. Moreover, that when its shadow falls on dogs, they are struck dumb. There's a lot going on.
Yeah, it does. Yeah. I will say that it just feels like people are falling a little bit into the mystical, magical more than like because everything leading up to that point before we got real deep into the magical stuff, it was like, all right, I feel like this is a misidentified animal that either doesn't exist anymore or maybe was a mutation on a current animal. But when you get, I don't know about all this other stuff. Is it exaggerations? Keep going. Let's see what else they got.
We shall see. It has certain magic arts by which it causes every animal at which it gazes 3 times to stand rooted at the spot. 1, 2, 3.
I just love those rules. Like, oh, got me, son of a bitch.
When crossed with this race of animals, the Ethiopian lioness gives birth to the Crocotta that mimics the voices of men and cattle in a similar way. It has an unbroken, so here we go. It has an unbroken ridge of bone in each jaw, forming a continuous tooth without any gum. So it's just one giant sharp
Kind of like
curved blade in
yeah.
its mouth.
So it's like a
basically.
bagel cutter.
Yeah.
Oh, that's scary.
Pliny also writes of other hyena-like creature, the Leocrata, which he calls the swiftest of all beasts, and about the size of an ass. With a sorry, I don't know why
Ryan, you're
this-
about the size of an ass.
I truly am. With a stag's haunches, a lion's neck, tail and breast, badger's head, cloven hoof, mouth opening right back to the ears,
Okay.
and ridges of bone in place of rows of teeth. This animal is reported to imitate the voices of human beings. The Byzantine scholar Photius, epitomizing an ancient work by the Greek author Ctesias, writes, in Ethiopia, there is an animal called the Crocotta, vaguely known, I'll do my best here, Nyolkos, or dog wolf, of amazing strength. It is said to imitate the human voice, to call men by name at night, and to devour those who approach it. It is as brave as a lion, as swift as a horse, and as strong as a bull. It cannot be overcome by any weapon or steel, says this one. But in the beginning, we had previous reports. So, like I said, we're going through the different reports here.
Yeah, because some of the reports said it can be killed by bullets.
These guys said it couldn't.
Well, maybe they're just lousy shots, and they're like, it can't be killed. Like, no, dude, you just suck.
That's a possibility. And right? And without like taking too much of a stretch here, going out too far on a limb, we talk all the time about aliens creating hybrid animals. What if these are just examples of them just taking all these things, making them, and just kind of letting them loose?
It's possible, and I subscribe to a lot of alien theories. Don't misunderstand, but I believe it's more likely. Like, there's so many species like that have been extinct on this planet, like billions. Like, there's far more than exist now, and it just to me is more likely that if there was reports of this, it was some kind of ancient species that there weren't very many of them. Like even dragons, I think there was some kind of something that was a dragon before, we killed them all.
And they say that we wouldn't find fossils because the bones would be hollow if they were able to fly. So it wouldn't really fossilize very well. So we wouldn't have very much proof. See? Dragons.
Knowledge bomb.
Crocotta are mentioned in the works of Strabo, Pliny, and other ancient scholars.
Oh, dude, I love Strabo.
Me too.
Have you read Strabo?
Have
you
I?
haven't lived until you've read the Strabo Odyssey.
Then that makes me immortal.
Oh.
They are typically reported as originating in Ethiopia. The creature also appears in a number of medieval bestiaries. Most Crocotta sightings in the U.S. have been in southern states, especially Texas and Oklahoma.
Okay. Well, draw a line. Isn't that kind of close to India?
Right? Pretty close. So I don't know. Maybe someone went on an expedition and brought one back.
Maybe.
At
That
one
makes
point.
sense.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
that. Like it makes sense to me. And guys, that was this week's spooky stuff.
What do you think, guys? Do you think this was an actual creature? Or do you think it was just kind of like a supernatural creature or just complete myth? Let us know at Earthling Entertainment Podcast at gmail.com.
That is the best way to get a hold of us, guys. So next week, I'm going to come up with another good one. And I think that actually probably brings us to the next section of our podcast, sir.
Yeah, and around this time, guys, we're usually saying, hey, this is our celebrity guest interview.
We have had like we've been very consistent with that.
We have. Although this week we're doing something a little different.
Okay.
We are lucky enough to be attending a wonderful, I don't want to say convention, festival called FrankenFest.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be at historical Fort Wayne. Ryan's going to tell you about it right now, but I want you to know that I sit down with one of the creators of the festival and we get in deep with why this is something you should check out. But Ryan, go ahead, man.
This week, we're doing something a little different. On September 19th, FrankenFest returns to Detroit's historic Fort Wayne, bringing together more than 100 artists and vendors alongside paranormal experts, haunt enthusiasts, live entertainment, monstrous exhibits, food trucks, and plenty of strange and unusual creations. The all-ages outdoor festival runs from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. So, to give us a look at what FrankenFest is all about and what's in store this year, we're joined by one of the festival's co-creators, Jerry Jodloski.
I really appreciate you having me. Thanks, Joe. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you. And hey, FrankenFest. My God, just some of the things, like I wanted to get some research when we were invited to come be a part of it, and just looking at the vendors, looking at the space, historical Fort Wayne, everything that you guys do, it blew my mind. Please tell me, how did this come about?
Wow. So interestingly, FrankenFest is kind of the collaboration between myself and my sister. We just have a great dynamic, and we've done events for years, even decades. And this was a culmination. I mean, I guess to go back, I've got a lot of experience doing events. Well, heck, it all started. Both of us used to play in college bands. We used to go to Michigan State University, and I was thinking about that. And we would just, she was in a band, I was in a band, early 90s. Think about that, just a great time to perform and just putting on a show. And that's really what it's all about, is putting on a good show throughout our lives. I started an entertainment event company called Jam and DJs that's been around for 35 years or so, been doing all sorts. I think I lost track of events at 10,000 plus. So
that's good. That's a good side. It's good when you can lose track.
Tons of events. And then my sister, Krista Johnston, let me throw her name out there. She was the owner of Woodward Avenue Brewers in Ferndale. And they do a lot of corporate parties, theme parties, things like that, especially around the Woodward Avenue Dream Cruise. She big budget theme events. And it's so interesting the way our lives kind of
intersected
parallel each other. Yes, absolutely. And with her there in Ferndale, she was one of the founders of a spectacular event called DIY Street Fair. And that was just an amazing, that's been going on for a lot of years. This is Darla, by the way. And that's been going on for a long time. And then I started an event called How to Halloween in downtown Lansing. That's where I live and work. And sorry about that. And
it's cool. I mean, you might live in Lansing, but I know you live in the spooky. So that all tracks.
Yes. So we had our two events that we did, and we would help each other out and things like that. And we just started brainstorming. We were like, what do we do to combine these? Let's do something together. Kind of we started talking about it kind of the mid, probably around 2017, 18. We really started sitting down and fleshing it out. And we came up with the idea of literally Frankensteining our two events together. Hers DIY Street Fair, mine How to Halloween, which is a maker themed Halloween event. and hence was born FrankenFest. A lot of it, a lot of it revolves around finding that amazing venue, that centerpiece, and historic Fort Wayne is one of those things. When we kind of stumbled upon that site, that's where you go, oh, this is something special. And it makes it so, and just for the record, yes, I do other festivals and everything like that, but there's no doubt this is the crown jewel of, I think, of what we do together. There's something about it that is really quite amazing. It's bigger than the sum of its parts. It's lightning in a bottle. I mean,
it's the culmination of your life's work together.
It really is. It's something that has come to life and it's a monster, and it's really an amazing event. So I appreciate you looking into it, and it seems like you saw that too, just from your research. So
yeah, absolutely. So we have recently started doing a lot of press events, as well as going to conventions as just, being guests. And we approached you, obviously. We said, hey, do you mind covering it? And when you said, hey, do you want to be a part of it? I mean, we couldn't be happier, because this, at first I was like, oh, awesome. Another event. That's great. But then I didn't realize how much it fit what we do. The fun, the spooky. Like, I feel like this is a match made in heaven.
I agree. But paranormal and pop culture mashed together, come on. It really is. That's why when I looked you up and you were kind enough to reach out and just say, hey, can we attend? And I'm like, no, let's go one better. You're going to be one of our special guests. And I'm thrilled to have you guys here with us for the first year. So yeah, I look forward to this collaboration and hopefully many more years of good working relationship to come. So.
Oh, absolutely. And it's like, we're humbled, because the amount of people, the amount of guests and creatives you get to this thing is just, it is breathtaking. I wanted to know, out of, just not giving anyone above anybody else, but like, what is an attraction that you love working with at FrankenFest?
Oh, so, well, just so attraction wise, that's kind of first, let me start out the division of duties between my sister and I. She really curates the artist part of it. So we have 100 plus artist tents and more, and I just want to be clear, that is the core of the event. Seeing these incredibly talented artists. I can't stress enough how lucky we feel of them. That without that, there's nothing. I'm in charge of the attractions, which is maybe the frosting on the cake, to keep people entertained and everything like that. But to shop these artists is something really special that I'm so glad to be able to just be a part of. Creating a space where they're welcome, where people can see it, and they do really well there. That's really the big thing. So if I had to, so I wanted to say that before going into attractions, but there are, besides the artists, there's many other things to see. A highlight is we have our own, almost like house band of flying aerialists called the Flying Frankettes. They put on shows once an hour outside, just doing these death-defying, amazingly talented routines on this 20-foot tall apparatus, and for people to see, and that's a really nice highlight. What else? God, we have, of course, the Ghostbusters Detroit is there. I had
the honor of talking to those gentlemen at Motor City Comic Con.
Okay, good. Yeah. They're a mainstay with us, and I mean,
that makes sense, right? They're a charitable group. They're Ghostbusters. Yeah. They're local. Like, how could you not work with them? They're just a nice group of people.
For the people who want to do a deep dive, there's actually a Ghostbusters comic that took place in historic Fort Wayne that you can look up. Just to Google that. And I mean, there's another great match. We've got groups like that. We've got our special guest too this year is Rob Miller. He is a a special effects makeup artist, and he was featured on the sci-fi television series Face Off on season 8. And he's going to be with us, and he's someone who's amazing, just a hometown hero done good, and we're happy to have him there.
I mean, that's fantastic.
Yeah,
I loved Face Off. I watched all like 11
Oh
seasons.
yeah, you remember that?
Yeah, no, I went out of my way to actually
great.
purchase it on VOD and not even just watch it for free. Like, cause I didn't want commercials. That's how much I liked Face Off. So that's a lot of fun.
Cool. It was a great show. And he was on season 8, The Return of the Champions, if you might remember that one. And he was just, to see that kind of work, that's a good way to, those people who are really passionate about what they do and expressing their creativity. That's what we're trying to cultivate here at this event. And that's where it takes on a life of its own. That I'll be honest with you, I'm a little reluctant to be the face of it a little bit, because the event itself is, you won't see me out there, doing a FaceTime video of walking around. No, it's them or people like you that we like seeing it through your eyes. It's too big for just, one person. We're kind of just the facilitators of this cool event. And, but it's really about those people. I could keep going with the attractions if you want to. There's more.
Well, sure, in 1 second, but I did want to interject real quick. Being a facilitator, being a place, creating a place for people who are like-minded and who enjoy the same things. I've never met nicer people than at a convention, because you're among your own tribe. So being someone who's created a place for those people to meet, that is nothing short of amazing. And I think you need to pat yourself on the back a little more. You don't need to be the face, but you created something that brings people together and that honestly changes people's lives. You go through your year waiting for that 2-week vacation on the assembly line. And sometimes people choose to do these festivals. There are people going to your festival that have looked forward to this all year. That is nothing you should brush off. Just so you know.
Let me acknowledge those kind words. It's very nice of you. And you're right, in this internet world, it's all about connection and meeting those people. And man, you are right. Talk about the kindest people that you can almost see this totally tattooed, scary looking person. You meet them and like, oh my, can you give me any bigger of a bear hug or something? Come on, but nice people, just giving. That's what, very outgoing, giving people, who are looking for a place to express themselves and creating that place of connection and community. And isn't it all about going to an event? What's the next thing I'm going to do? And man, that's nice of you to say, because that's really the hope, is just for people to come together. I think that's what's going to be more and more important as time goes on too, is just these real world connections. And you're right. If we can be an incubator to inspire people to go in a certain direction or something like that, or, to network, that's something I hope that you too will. Oh my God, we're booked now for the next 6 months of people I want on the show. That would be great. But whether it's the people just attending, the people who are a part of it, there is a sense of family, a sense of belonging. It's a celebration of the brave work of Mary Shelley, who wrote the first science fiction novel. Yeah, hopefully this is a way that people can just get together and it's a hell of a fun day. So I'm glad you could see that online and we invite people to come out for not only that, also to see the site of historic Fort Wayne, which we're so lucky to be there and be a part of, because I don't think there are any other large festivals held at this facility. So just to walk in the doors, the history itself really hits you like a ton of bricks. So, but thank you for those kind words.
So out of curiosity, what is your favorite Frankenstein movie? Are we talking the classic 1930s, or are we going all the way to the new one with The Bride, directed by Maggie Gyllenhaal? Where you fall?
I fall. I mean, I'll tell you what, if I had to pick one, it would be Young Frankenstein, Mel Brooks. You know, that was the one that really got me started as a kid. We had it memorized, you know, every line. It was the greatest thing ever. But then, of course, then diving in and seeing where they took it all from, I think then the second part would be the original Universal monsters. But so appreciating all the new work that's happening. A lot of cool stuff that is coming out now. Yeah, it's the resurgence of it is amazing. So yeah, that's kind of in that way. But I do like to. I'm no expert at it at all. I've done. I did do a my one of the side things I do is I'm a prop builder. I build a lot of things like that, and like I have a Dr. Frankenstein's laboratory that I set up over there. Yeah, I like building those things. It all comes around back to Halloween.
Yeah.
It's just kids making a cool place for trick or treaters to come and all that stuff. Okay, I have to show you something, and I'll explain it for the people who are listening. One of my very first prop builds was a UFO that kind of resembles the logo. It's the old style 50s, B movie UFO. And for people listening, it's kind of a two patio umbrellas sandwiched together with with lights and lasers and sound and all that stuff. That
does it
that
still
was
exist?
The beginning of my prop build. It still exists. Yeah, the nice thing. It's still in my basement, and that's what's cool. The thing about props is storage, and this folds up real small, fits in the back of an SUV. It's set up, good to go, and that's, you can look it up. UFO Halloween display on YouTube and stuff. Oh, and I
don't need to look it up. It could fit into a truck. Aren't you bringing it to FrankenFest? Aren't we going to take pictures by it?
It's been there before. Probably not this year. I could be setting up all day. I always try to do new things, and but I think that we can collaborate in future events. Where you guys come, and that would be a cool thing to set up.
Sure,
next to
we'll wear suits and be Men in Black.
There you go. That's exactly right. Yeah.
So what is another prop that you created that you're really proud of?
So I help out. One of the things I help is create. They're all vehicle centric. So I've helped create maybe like a dozen Ecto-1 Ghostbuster vehicles, for any of my friends, and so that way I've helped establish those. I built a Batmobile tumbler prop from the Dark Knight series. That was probably my most famous one back in the day. So that's another one to look up on YouTube is the Batman themed Halloween display. It's got something like, it's 160,000 views on YouTube. And that was really cool. I won, some local but that was back in 2009. That
is amazing, man. How long did that take?
That took a while. That was a tough project with young kids, but it couldn't drive or anything like that. It was just, believe it or not, it was on top of a PT Cruiser, which was the shell of it. And it was just, it was hardboard and some, just screwed together and duct tape and all that stuff, but it looked cool. You turn off the lights and you put in some fog and all that stuff. And from 5 feet away, I was like, oh, there's a Batmobile in this guy's driveway, tons of trick-or-treaters. That's what got me hooked of the actual making of, I think Halloween, the lead up of it is almost better than the actual event. And the same with it's the preparing, it's the building and all that stuff of doing these cool displays. I love it. I almost kind of fancy myself as a poor man's Disney Imagineer.
So what about this thing? Okay, what about September 19th? What about FrankenFest 2026? Is there anything special you're bringing? I don't want to spoil a surprise if there's a surprise, but could you tell us anything that you got new for this year?
Black Banner Games is going to be there. We're going to do tabletop games in a whole new section. on the inside of the barracks building. That's where our special guests are. There's a free festival all on the grounds and everything like that. And then it's only $5 to get into the old barracks building to see some of our special guests. And a really cool special thing this year is we have the Other Side Paranormal and Mortuary Museum is going to be there. They are based out of Lansing here, and they're going mobile this year. We're setting them up in this ammunition bunker, historic ammunition bunker, that when you walk in, it gets dark and everything like that. And they've got these haunted items, and they'll do a curated mini guided tour.
You sold me. I mean, I was already sold, but I'm really sold now. You got to tell our listeners, our viewers, just what are the details of FrankenFest? They know September 19th, but give them the details.
Well, before I get into that, the last thing of a special attraction is entertainment being there. Is you. This is the year one of you guys. So you tell me what can our guests expect to see when they go inside the barracks building? What will you have waiting for them there?
Well, first of all, we just want to tell you guys about our show. We are not actually selling anything. We are giving things away. So if you come up to our table, all you have to do is subscribe to our YouTube channel, or I don't know, give us a like on Facebook. We'll figure it out. But you do one of those things, you get to spin the prize wheel. If you get land on the sticker, you get an exclusive Earthling Entertainment FrankenFest sticker. But if you land on one of 3 grand prizes, you get to pick from a plethora of items on our table. We will have tote bags, frisbees, beer koozies, keychains, other stickers, and even the exclusive Earthling Entertainment coloring book. So all kinds of things. And all you got to do is come by. We'll tell you about our show, give us a little subscribe, and you get a bunch of free cool stuff. Who doesn't want that?
That's great. That's awesome. So that's going to be inside, along with you being there and our other special guests and podcasters and presentations. That's part of it. And it all happens at FrankenFest Detroit. It's going to be on Saturday, September 19th. The times are from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. You can find us at FrankenFest.com. All of the artists are listed there, so we really try to highlight. You can get a sneak peek with hyperlinks to all of them. I encourage you to bring your wallets, support these people as much as you can, meet these special guests too that we have. We're on, all the socials, so, we're keeping people updated on that. And so look for that. Once again, it's free outside, and then only $5 to get into the barracks building. But the entire site with the Star Fort and the whole grounds, expect to spend a day. We're exhausted when we're done. Our job is
as you should be.
Leave it all on the field. Oh, yeah. So because it's nonstop of running around. But yeah, check it out, FrankenFest.com for all the info. And it's all ages. Everyone is welcome. So.
Thank you so much for being on the show. And from everyone here at Earthling Entertainment, see ya. I'm really excited that we're going to be able to be a part of this event, man.
FrankenFest. Good.
Aha, I agree.
Good.
Well, let's just jump into our pop culture section, if you don't mind, Frank.
Pop culture Earth Pop.
On this week's The Earth Pop Report, talking about everything to do with Earth pop culture.
Woo! Here we go.
Number 1. National Treasure 3 is finally happening.
Finally.
Director.
I like National Treasure.
Dude, me too.
Yeah, you look like you thought I was being sarcastic.
No, I was laughing at that. I sometimes think funny things.
They made this weird National Treasure show on Disney Plus that took place after the 2 movies. And it was terrible. It only lasted 1 season, but it apparently is canon.
Oh.
Well,
cool.
Let's talk about a movie.
Director John Turtlebob. I really hope I'm saying that right. Says National Treasure 3 is officially moving forward after nearly 2 decades of false starts. A script is in development. And Turtle Bub says that the goal is to bring back as much of the original cast as possible, including Nicolas Cage as Benjamin Gates.
Oh my God. So I'm super excited about this, but it's almost a note. It's almost a nothing article. It really is, because the whole thing is like, we got a script being written. Do you know how many scripts are written? There's a Men in Black 21 Jump Street crossover for 23 Jump Street. It was called MIB 23. That was written. There's a lot of things that are written. That doesn't mean anything. But I love the enthusiasm, and I would like to see a National Treasure 3. You know, if it comes out, would you watch it?
I'm going to steal the Declaration of Independence.
No, but seriously, would you watch it?
Oh, yeah, heck yeah. Those movies are awesome.
I like them.
I mean, they're amazing. Nicolas Cage is great. I don't care what anyone says.
It was kind of like a weird, like, kind of modern Indiana Jones, completely different feel of a character, but the same
Yeah.
idea, right?
Right. No, but he had like the same motivation, right? It was all about history.
It belongs in a museum.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
Number 2.
How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days Getting a Sequel.
Yay!
How to Lose a Guy in 20 Days?
Yeah, right? Like, how to lose a guy in 11 days.
In another day.
Yeah. How to lose a guy in 10 days, get him back for 10. No, it's probably how to lose a guy in 10 years, because it's like they get divorced.
Okay. Okay. Paramount is developing a sequel to the 2003 romantic comedy How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days, with Kate Hudson attached as the producer. The project is still searching for a writer, but the intention is for Hudson and Matthew McConaughey to return as Andy Anderson and Benjamin Barry.
So what they're basically saying is she just got the ball rolling.
Like,
Like, we'll see how this all goes.
We will write it. It will be good.
This is gonna happen. Don't worry about it.
I promise.
I never saw the first one. Did you?
No. I remember it.
My wife loves the film, though.
We have a fan over here.
I do know that.
All right.
In other words, it's kind of like The Devil Wears Prada too. I'm sure I'll see it.
Yeah, I saw the first one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did. Long when it came out, so I don't remember anything about it, but yeah.
Did she lose the guy in 10 days?
Maybe?
Did she get him back?
Maybe?
Was it false advertisement?
No.
Excellent.
Number 3. Kit Harington joins Harry Potter.
Hold on. This one's actually kind of interesting.
Game of Thrones star Kit Harington will play Gilderoy. Sorry, it took me a second on that one.
Gilderoy Lockhart.
Gilderoy Lockhart in season 2 of HBO's Harry Potter series. Harrington replaces Nicholas Hoult, who dropped out because of scheduling conflict.
Why? I don't understand. I like Nicholas Hoult. I think he should have been Gilderoy Lockhart. This is going to ruin it for me. You know what? Everything that Harry Potter, all the controversy aside, this is it. This is when I jump ship.
There's that line.
I'm done.
Look at the sand.
We crossed it.
The line's been drawn.
Yeah.
Potter. Anyways, and by the way, he also voiced Lockhart in Audible's Harry Potter audiobooks.
Yeah,
well.
which is
He used
kind
to
of
do
like
that.
why he was kind of a shoo-in for it.
Right. Yeah. No, sorry, buddy. Bringing us to number 4.
Number 4.
$7 billion Dragon Ball Z theme park coming to France. France and Saudi Arabia have agreed on 6 billion euro, roughly $7 billion American project that includes a Dragon Ball Z themed amusement park near Paris. The Saudi-backed development is planned near, I don't know if I'm going to pronounce this correctly, Kurgi Pantoy, and is expected to create about 22,000 jobs. That's awesome. Although an opening date has not been yet announced.
How do you feel about Dragon Ball Z amusement park? You loved Dragon Ball Z back in the day. Do you think there's enough to have a whole amusement park?
I'm surprised in France because like it was a big deal in Japan. It was also like a big deal here in the United States. I felt like the United States was a big part of its fandom.
Sure.
So I
But to
find
be
it's
fair, have you looked into how big the fandom of Dragon Ball Z is
in France. I guess I have no idea.
Yeah.
Like I guess the Frenchmen love Dragon Ball Z. I mean, who wouldn't? It's awesome. Dragon Ball Z like taught me how to be man. Like Kamehameha.
I just remember
You know,
each
spare
fight
bomb.
took like 14 episodes, and they would chat.
They would
and
say
then
it was like 2 minutes though. Like
Yeah.
in the show, like this planet is going to explode in 2 minutes.
and it was literally like 7 episodes.
And I actually read something funny. I don't know if this is totally true, but literally that happened because they were so popular. They were just pumping out these episodes, and they weren't sure how to end it, so they just kept stretching it. And there's like half of those episodes are just internal monologue. It's just, how could this be? Like, how did he gain this power force out of nowhere?
Yeah.
And like it's literally just in their heads. So
Yeah.
and I think that's how they justified how long it was to us, the
yeah.
viewer, as opposed to what they were
There
saying
was
in
one
script.
season. How long did it last? Well, 5 minutes in story time.
Pretty much, that's what they did. That was
Yeah.
the destruction of Namek. So, but there you go. Honestly,
What rides would they have? All right, so there's
oh,
obviously
Nimbus Cloud.
well, yeah, but so you got a roller coaster for Nimbus Cloud for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. All right. If you guys didn't know, it's kind of what it sounds like. The dude rides around on a cloud.
That's right. It was like hardly explained either. That's the best part
just
about
like,
it. like, yeah. So we'll talk to you next time on Dragon
Dragon
Ball
Ball
Z. Dragon, rock the dragon. Sorry. Number 5. The U.S. Army is using GTA 6 to encourage reenlistment.
All right.
Oh boy.
They did this in the Onion movie. Continue. I'm going to tell you about the Onion movie after you tell.
At least one U.S. Army unit is offering soldiers a 4-day pass to play Grand Theft Auto 6 as a reenlistment incentive. The unusual offer is available to qualifying soldiers who agree to reenlist for at least 2 additional years of active duty service. 4 days of playing Grand Theft Auto, 2 years of
Active
going
service.
overseas and maybe dying.
Well, their thought behind this was there is people out there who otherwise would reenlist but will not because they are waiting for Grand Theft Auto.
That's so hilarious.
Isn't that hilarious?
And like I said, I heard they're going to go neck and neck. I'm pretty sure Ocarina of Time is going to release on the same day. The Ocarina of
No,
Time
dude,
remake.
Grand Theft Auto is coming out next year in like February or something. It's not. It's not coming out in
Oh, then they
November.
pushed it back.
They did.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Ocarina of Time wins.
All right, so in the Onion movie, there was a joke who tried to get people more enlisted, and they were talking to like some redneck guy, full on mullet, shirt off, and he's like, "Yeah," and they're like, "All right, if you enlist for 2 years, you're gonna get a whole bunch of weed." And he's like, "Are you serious?" And then if you do an additional this, you're gonna get a hot chick poster. He's like, "Oh, you lying!" And they just kept going with like these.
And then we
little
check in with this guy in a few months. He's like, it wasn't worth it. The service is so much worse.
Next.
Number
I'm
6.
trying not to get political. I'm not going to talk about that.
Yellow Jackets set date for final season.
Hooray! I like it when a show actually has an ending. Just saying.
Yellow Jackets will return for its 4th and final season on November 20th. The Emmy-nominated survival horror series will premiere exclusively on Paramount Plus with the premium plan, bringing the story of the surviving Yellow Jackets toward its conclusion.
Yeah. So I liked this. Is the whole show premise feels kind of like Lost. You know what I mean?
Oh, so that's why you love it.
So well, they crash. They're on a plane crash. They're a sports team. What are they?
Okay.
Doesn't matter. They're a sports team. They crash. It's an all-girls sports team, and they're surviving for I think a couple of years, maybe a year. And it cuts between them surviving and the present day them and the shenanigans that kind of coincide. It's very Lost.
I'm a big fan of shenanigans.
I had so many shenanigans.
Excellent.
Yes.
Well, congratulations, everybody. You get some more shenanigans.
Shenanigans?
Coming on November 20th, Paramount Plus. Number 7. RoboCop gets his new Murphy. Dan Stevens is set to star as Alex Murphy, aka RoboCop, in Prime Video's upcoming RoboCop series. The 8-episode first season comes from showrunner Peter Ocko, with James Wan and Blumhouse's Atomic Monster also producing.
My only thing with this new RoboCop series is that it needs to be as ultraviolet and satire as the original.
I mean, right? I mean, he shot that one dude in the you know where. just to
Yeah.
save that lady, and it was wonderful.
Yeah, well,
You know what I'm
that's
saying? I grew
one
up
of
on
the
RoboCop.
reasons.
I grew up on RoboCop. It was such a good movie, and even though it wasn't filmed in Detroit, it takes place in Detroit. And being a kid, I couldn't help but be like, "Oh, this is cool." Like, you know what I mean? Like, and he was like, like where it goes into his leg. That's so sad. How many times as a kid I practiced that?
Right on.
Oh my God, I had no business watching that movie. They said the F word every other word.
They did. They did. Well, Peter Weller couldn't do it anymore, and this actor is great. He was in Abigail and a few other things, so I'm all for it. So yeah, cool.
I
I'm
like
just
it.
happy there's another RoboCop coming out.
Me too. So that brings us to number 8.
Number 8.
App lets you text at the speed of a carrier pigeon.
Yes, this is such a novelty, and I'm so into it.
The iOS app Carrier Pidge intentionally slows down digital communication by delivering messages at approximately the speed of an actual carrier pigeon. The app uses GPS to calculate the distance between users and delays each message accordingly, turning instant messaging into not so instant messaging.
It's such a novelty, dude. I want to do that. I want to be
Does
like,
it show the map like where the bird is?
I hope so.
It should.
Dude, can you imagine you got to write all old timey, be like, on the morrow, Allison is sick again. I believe she has the consumption.
Oh.
But all is well because our fruit crops are coming in quite nicely on the I don't know. But it'd just be funny. I wasn't prepared for an actual funny thing.
That's exactly how you'd have to word it. Though.
Yeah,
you had it down.
As hell with it.
No, you had it down.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how one would word it. Indeed, if I had a carrier pigeon.
My dearest Aunt Eliza.
That's right. All right, so there you go. Go ahead and use the carrier pidge.
I might get it.
Why?
I might get it and send you a picture.
I'm in.
Like,
I'll let you know.
I'm gonna be like, because it just says text, right? But if it's carrier pigeon, I just want to send like a picture of Dick Tracy and just have the caption "Dick pic."
Moving on, number 9. The Odyssey comes home in November.
Yeah.
Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey will be available to purchase or rent digitally beginning November 17th. Universal is also releasing the film on 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray the same day. An unusually quick simultaneous digital and physical media launch.
Yeah, and the Odyssey for being a rated R movie, it just passed Deadpool and Wolverine.
That's what I heard.
Yeah,
which
just happened.
Which is really cool. But like, it's just what a great year for movies. I've said it a billion times. I got to stop saying it, but it really has been. Like, in my opinion, I feel like there's more movies this year than I cared about since I can remember.
Next week, I'm going to see Coyote versus Acme. I am so excited.
Oh, I'm excited for you.
Yeah.
You know it's going to be good.
Oh, man. John Cena just chewing up the scenery. I'm good. Yeah.
I'm here for it. We're all here for it. So, okay, guys. So remember, November 17th, you can rent or own The Odyssey. Number 10.
Feels like kind of far away. Like it's not even October yet.
It makes sense. They're getting it right. They're getting it right before Christmas. So people who love physical media
to announce it, to be like, this is not coming out for 3.5 months. I mean, I know it's not 3, it's like 2 months, but still, it just feels.
I feel like this film was just way overly prepared.
Fair
enough. In every way. They were just so prepared. So number 10. SpongeBob works a 4-hour shift.
Yeah. So you guys know about those like fireplace videos? Here you go.
Nickelodeon has released a 4-hour SpongeBob SquarePants video featuring SpongeBob simply working his shift at the Krusty Krab. The compilation, available through the official SpongeBob YouTube channel, turns hours of Krabby Patty flipping and restaurant chaos into what's essentially Bikini Bottom background ambiance.
I mean, that's kind of amazing. Why this hasn't happened earlier, I could not tell you.
I love these kind of things. I remember with Ahsoka, they had a thing on Disney Plus where you could watch Sabine's cat.
Yeah, while she was away.
And I remember I brought it up because the internet was so upset. They're like, she just left her cat. And they literally made that in a response to the internet, like making such an outroar against
this
that.
Cat was fine, guys.
That was their thing. They were like, watch Sabine's cat while she's away.
Yeah.
And I heard they just did that with Rocky from Project Hail Mary.
Good.
You can watch him sleep.
Oh my God. There's so many silly things about Project Hail Mary that I did not realize that are so obvious upon further
Oh,
further examination.
yeah,
All right, Rocky, you know his wife's called Adrian. Rocky and Adrian,
perfect.
right? All right, all right,
Well
all right, all
done.
right, all right. Here's the thing. What's the main astronaut's name?
Grace?
Hail Mary, full of
Full of
grace.
grace. Oh,
Oh, did that blow your mind? Like it's so obvious.
like in a bad way.
I know. All
Oh,
right.
so unfortunately now,
Dead people.
dead people.
All right.
And we actually have one more we have to add at the end of this one,
Yeah,
unfortunately.
guys.
Should we start off?
We're going to start off with that. Apparently, this just came in at the time of recording. Dolly Parton has passed away at the age of 80. No mystery, you know, she was 80 years old, but she did so much. My kid was a part of her book club because she did charities where they were giving free books away to kids. Obviously, Dolly World, all her music, and she was just a really good charitable woman. I mean, don't you agree?
She's literally one of the best humans that has ever lived. Like, I even went to Dolly World as a
Yeah,
kid.
me too.
And she always went for every new attraction. She always came.
To
And
like
she was
do
still
the red
Yeah,
ribbon cutting.
yep.
And, yeah.
She always did a speech, and literally this just happened. I just watched. It's so funny. I want to say it was only about a week or two ago. They had a new attraction at Dolly World, and they had to use like an AI rendered thing of her,
Because she was sick or whatever.
and it
You
was
said she was missing a lot of things.
she's been missing a lot. I listen to different stuff about it, and they always seem to mention her. And yeah, I have heard that. Yeah, it's been for a while. Pretty much this year, it really started to the end of last year, where she started sending messages, video recordings, and like I said, then we just saw this AI rendering of her. So it was pretty obvious that something was wrong. But our hearts go out to her friends and family and all of her fans. Uh, Holy crap, we lost a good one.
Honestly, yeah, with that right there. Well, who else do we have to say goodbye to on this lovely episode of Oz?
Hollywood stunt legend and martial artist James Liu has died at 73. Liu's career stretched across more than 5 decades and included work on Big Trouble in Little China, They Live, Hot Shots, Part 2. I always said it that way. I don't know if there's a better way.
Padus.
Part 2. And numerous other productions, as well as an Emmy win for stunt coordination on Luke Cage. Rest in peace.
Yeah, rest in peace.
Great work. I
Stunts,
love all those films.
Yeah, stunts are so important. So wonderful. Thanks for giving us your best years.
That's right. Actor Michael Wright has died at 70. Wright was best known as Eddie King Jr. in The Five Heartbeats and also appeared in Sugar Hill 5 and HBO's Oz. Great careers, all of them. And holy crap, we get to keep going on, and what a pleasure it is. And
Thanks for making work that we'll remember. You know what I mean? Things
Yeah.
that really meant a lot to a lot of people.
that's true. And thank you guys for tuning in for this week's Earth Pop.
It just feels like it's time for aliens, man.
It is always time for aliens, Joe.
You know, aliens is one of the reasons why we started this podcast was Ryan and I's mutual love for disclosure and ancient aliens and all the weird, you know, documentaries that you find on Tubi and everything else that you see.
That's right.
Yeah, so we couldn't be happier every week to bring you a little segment called
Disclosure discussion. It's about aliens and stuff.
But I do want to mention this is Ryan's love here. He goes out of his way each week to make these for you. So, you know, credit where credit's due. This is Ryan's baby. And here we're doing a fun revisit. Check this out.
Earthling Entertainment revisiting Barney and Betty Hill. Barney and Betty Hill were an American couple and civil rights activists who claimed they were abducted by extraterrestrials in a rural portion of the state's New Hampshire from September 19th to the 20th, 1961. The incident came to be known as the Hill Abduction and the Zeta Reticuli incident because two ufologists connected the star map allegedly shown to Betty Hill with the Zeta Reticuli system. Their story was adapted into the best-selling 1966 book, The Interrupted Journey, and NBC's 1975 television film, The UFO Incident.
I got the book.
Nice.
Yeah, it's up there.
Sweet.
Yeah, pretty cool.
Most of Betty Hill's notes, tapes, and other items have been placed in the permanent collection at the University of New Hampshire, her alma mater. In July 2011, the New Hampshire Division of Historical Resources marked the site of the alleged craft's first approach with a historical marker.
Yeah, which is kind of cool.
That's
It's a little
really, really
plaque on
cool.
this- Yeah.
Now, because this is one of the most famous abduction stories there are.
Yeah, which is why we had to cover it again, honestly, because I think the first time we covered this was like episode, I don't know, 5, 10, 6 or something.
So 135 episodes ago.
Yeah, exactly. It was time.
It's time. So, the Hill story was widely publicized in books and movies. According to a variety of reports given by the Hills, the alleged UFO sighting happened at about 10:30 p.m. September 19th, 1961. The Hills were driving back to Portsmouth from a vacation in Niagara Falls and Montreal. Just south of Lancaster, New Hampshire, Betty claimed to have observed a bright point of light in the sky that moved from below the moon and the planet Jupiter upward toward the west of the moon. While Barney navigated US Route 3, Betty reasoned that she was observing a falling star, only it moved upward.
Yeah, falling stars usually don't do. Well,
Well,
if it's
I guess
going
it
across
depends
the
on where you
sky,
see
yeah,
it.
I guess it could fall upward.
Okay.
All right, never mind. She's a liar.
Yeah. Because it moved erratically
All right.
and grew bigger and brighter. Betty urged Barney to stop the car for a closer look, as well as to walk their dog.
You know,
Delsey. His
two
name is
bird-
Delsey.
2 birds, 1 stone. I mean, really.
Walk the dog while we check this out.
I'm just saying, you already got to walk the dog. You might as well look at the UFO.
And you know, Barney's like, oh,
Damn.
come on, Delsey.
Darn.
Barney stopped at a scenic picnic area just south of Twin Mountain. Betty, looking through binoculars, observed an odd-shaped craft flashing multicolored lights traveling across the face of the moon.
Odd shaped. So it was a rubber ducky, right, Ryan?
It was a rubber ducky.
Yeah. Science.
A multicolored, colored, raving rubber ducky.
Fantastic.
Because her sister had several years earlier, said that she had seen a flying saucer, Betty thought it might be what she was observing. Through binoculars, Barney observed what he reasoned was a commercial airliner traveling toward Vermont on its way to Montreal. However, he soon changed his mind because without looking as if it had turned, the craft rapidly descended in his direction. This observation
I mean, that'll
caused
do it. I'm
it
thinking of like South by Southwest where the guy's running through the cornfield.
Yes.
The plane comes coming down.
That's a good
Like,
movie.
Oh, no.
Arguably Alfred Hitchcock's best film, in my
You know,
opinion.
it was really good. I kind of want to see that scene with a UFO now. Like
Yeah.
a flag stopper swooping in and a guy be like, oh, no.
Yep.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
About 1 mile south of Indian Head. So they were cruising.
Huh.
They said the object rapidly descended toward their vehicle, causing Barney to stop in the middle of the highway. The huge silent craft hovered about 80 to 100 feet above the Hills' 1957 Chevrolet Bel Air and filled the entire field of view in the windshield. It reminded Barney of a huge pancake.
Sorry. It just felt like really extreme. I didn't expect pancake.
I mean, right?
Yeah.
I'm
I
just
was waiting for something like intense. And it's
looked like
the-
a big old pile of flapjacks.
Oh, Barney.
Like, right? It's just old timey, right?
I guess.
Like, oh my gosh, that was a strange thing. You want to see strange? I saw a huge pancake from my car the other day.
Betty, do you see the flapjacks in the sky?
I do, Barney.
Oh, my.
Oh my goodness. Carrying his pistol in his pocket, he stepped away from the vehicle and moved closer to the object. Using the binoculars, Barney claimed to have seen 8 to 11 humanoid figures who were peering out of the craft's windows, seeming to look at him. In unison, All but one figure moved to what appeared to be a panel on the rear wall of the hallway that encircled the front portion of the craft. The one remaining figure continued to look at Barney and communicated a message telling him, "Stay where you are and keep looking." That's a cool man. That's actually kind of cool.
He turns,
We like
drops
it
his
when you,
pants,
yeah, we like it when you
puts his
watch.
ass right against the window. I think that little guy moved me.
Keep watching.
Yeah.
Don't look away.
Witness me.
Remember me. Barney had a recollection of observing the humanoid butts.
He
No,
had
I'm
a
kidding.
rectumlection.
The humanoid forms wearing glossy black uniforms and black caps. Red lights on what appeared to be bat wing fins began to telescope out the sides of the craft, and a long structure descended from the bottom of the craft.
Transformers. Robots
UFOs in disguise.
That was right.
The
You're
silent-
supposed to take the baton.
I
there,
didn't know
buddy.
what to do. I was arguing with myself.
All right.
The silent craft approached to what Barney estimated was within 50 to 80 feet overhead and 300 feet away from him.
That's pretty intense.
Barney, fearing being captured by these creatures, ran back to the car terrified. As the hills sped away, they heard a strange beeping sound, and then they fell into a daze. When they awoke, they realized that they were now just outside of Concord. On October 21st, 1961, Barney reported to the National Investigations Committee on Aerial Phenomena investigator Walter Webb that the beings were somehow not human.
Dun, dun, dun.
Arriving home at about dawn, the Hills stated that they had some odd sensations and impulses that they could not readily explain.
Just gotta dance.
Betty insisted that their luggage be kept near the back door rather than in the main part of the house where she usually put them. Their watches would never work again. Barney said that the leather strap for the binoculars was torn, though neither of them could recall it tearing. The toes of his best dress shoes were scraped. They took long showers to remove any possible contamination, and each drew a picture of what they had observed. Perplexed, the Hills say they had tried to reconstruct the chronology of events that they had witnessed, the UFO and the drive home. But immediately after they heard the buzzing sounds, their memories became incomplete and fragmented. After sleeping for a few hours, Betty awoke and placed the shoes and clothing that she had worn during the drive into her closet. Observing that the dress was torn at the hem, zipper, and lining, later she retrieved the items from her closet. She noted a pinkish powder on her dress. She hung the dress on her clothesline, and the pink powder blew away. Over the years, 5 laboratories have conducted chemical and forensic analysis on this dress. There were shiny, concentric circles on their car's trunk that had not been there the previous day. Betty and Barney experimented with a compass, noting that when they moved it close to the spots, the needle would whirl rapidly. But when they moved it just a few inches away from the shiny spots, it would drop back down.
Dun, dun, dun. I want to know, like, you mentioned that, they did chemical tests on this dress, but that's it.
Obviously,
Like, I
nothing
wanna-
came up. It must have just blown away.
I guess, but I feel like that should have been stated. I want to know more.
I agree. That's what I could find about the dress.
Fair enough.
I was just trying to, what I was trying to focus on was the physical evidence here. You know what I mean?
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Like obviously what they had witnessed and everything like that, but what they brought home with them from it. And the fact that this is, we all know this story. Like we said, we covered it before. It was one of the first ones we thought of when starting this podcast. And we hope that you guys enjoyed this revisit to Betty and Barney Hill, the both UFO interaction and abduction. What do you guys think? If you're following us on YouTube, go ahead and leave a comment And tell us what you think of this event. Do you think that it was a hoax? Do you think that this is real? We'd love to hear your opinion.
Yeah, I mean, it's what's really cool about this story is the fact that they didn't have a lot of memory of it until they went into a person to do hypnotherapy to get like the
Yes.
memories to come back.
And that's where, yeah, we already had a lot going on here, but yeah, like if you guys want to look into it, there's so much more. She had dreams, like you said, they were doing psychotherapy in which they were able to relive these events again and again. And it's just to me, this is one of those alien abduction stories that I find to be real. I find it to be very authentic.
Yeah, there's enough evidence that you're a believer.
I am. I very
Excellent.
much am. You guys know I want to believe.
Well, you know what? I love it because I believe in everything weird that could possibly happen because I want to live in a weirder world, Ryan.
Well, let's face it, we could always make the world a little weirder. Let's make this world weird together.
On this week's
Real world weird.
Teenage Mutant Turtle Trouble.
nothing to do with Teenage Mutants, but yeah, Turtle Trouble.
Turtle Trouble. At Miami International Airport, TSA officers made a discovery that gives a whole new meaning to traveling with a carry-on. A Florida woman going...
Okay, so is anyone surprised right off the bat that it's a Florida woman? I'm sorry, continue.
No, not at all. Not at all. A Florida woman going through security was flagged after TSA's body screening technology detected something unusual around her chest. When officers investigated, they discovered 2 live turtles hidden inside her bra.
Yeah, it tracks. They're kind of boob shaped.
We're cool with this.
Yeah.
This is fine. Reportedly wrapped.
What do you want to be when you're reincarnated?
Well, they were wrapped in what appeared to be gauze and, plastic wrap.
Yeah.
Poor little guys. Unfortunately, this story has a pretty bad ending for one of the turtles. One of them died during the ordeal. Died doing what he loved,
Yeah.
being a titty.
You gotta hand it to him. The way we all want to go out.
I mean, right? The other survived and was turned over to the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission. And here's what makes the whole thing even more ridiculous. She didn't even need to hide them. TSA allows small pets, including turtles, through security checkpoints. The incident prompted TSA to issue a sentence that apparently needed to be said. Stop hiding animals in weird places on your body and then trying to sneak them through airport security.
Because that needed to be said.
Evidently and bizarrely, this wasn't even TSA's first concealed turtle incident that year.
Yeah, not even like ever, just this year.
Just a few months earlier, officers at Newark Liberty International Airport discovered a man attempting to pass through security with a live turtle hidden in the front of his pants. That turtle survived. Arguably lucky or unlucky, however you see it, although one would assume he lived with PTSD for the rest of his little turtle life.
Yeah. Tough go about.
You don't know the things I've seen. So apparently, TSA's 2025 travel advice included the usual stuff. Arrive early, take off your shoes, empty your pockets, and please stop stuffing turtles into your underwear. Never!
I'm an American.
Stop it. Stop that.
His name is Michelangelo.
Stop that. All right. No, Michelangelo stays out of your underwear and, processed properly. You can bring a pet.
Yeah.
You don't have to stuff them in your underwear.
Where's the fun in that? But fair enough.
Okay, fair enough. Well, I mean, fun for you, not the turtle.
That turtle's like, why was my tail bigger than yours?
Oh! Something else funny, but was not a real world weird.
Slow and steady wins the race. Am I right?
Oh, man. So I didn't make it into a real world weird because there wasn't much more of a story than this, but someone used the AI that you go to Taco Bell and you talk to it and it's a robot. Someone used the AI to order 18,000 waters.
Amazing.
Yeah, that's it.
That's incredible stuff. No, I love
It
this.
shut down the whole thing, the whole process.
Really?
Yes.
So
There's not more to that story. So.
there's not more to the story. There you go. There you go. Holy crap. So, yeah, I guess. See, this is the problem with AI.
Ryan, what the story I just told was not that story.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. So we can still do this one.
Yeah.
Poland's pizza prankster. That was a bit of a tongue tie. Poland's pizza prankster. A 23-year-old man in Poland could spend up to 8 years in prison because apparently nobody ever told him there's a limit to how far you should take a pizza prank. Well, let's see. Authorities say the man repeatedly ordered food to random people's homes, including politicians and media personalities, using fake names and making the victims pay on delivery.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It's kind of just screwing over the pizza joint at that point because a lot of people are like, oh, I'm not buying it.
14 pizza joints went out of order.
Well, right, because it's just like all anchovies, double, triple anchovies, sir. Right? I mean, if you're going to do it, you do it.
That's true.
But he wasn't sending somebody one unwanted Hawaiian pizza, which is the best.
I like Hawaiian pizza.
I love Hawaiian
I'm
pizza.
not gonna act like it's the best, but I do like it.
It's one of my favorites.
You know what I've been doing lately is jalapenos with honey on it. It's like it's like sweet heat.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have never added honey to a pizza.
I
I
know.
am intrigued.
Blow your mind, man.
Bro. Okay. Okay. Do you have to actually like buy the hot honey?
No, man, just put some fucking honey on it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You heard it here, folks.
I said fuck, by the way, twice. So you should mark that I just said fuck like 3 times now. That
Should-
was
But he wasn't sending somebody one unwanted Hawaiian pizza, which is one of my favorites. In one case, this mother trucker allegedly ordered 300 zaz at once.
okay. So that's a little on the pizza place. Like, don't like even if
Are you
it's-
kidding?
Even if it's
Yeah.
the biggest party ever. Like, what do you need? 6 pizzas?
No,
Like-
you're buying up front.
Well, I'm just saying you're
Yeah.
gonna order 300 pizzas. I have some questions. Like,
Like, there's no way they're going to be able to do that.
it's like, are you delivering to every homeless shelter in the city? Like, what's going on?
Like I said, yeah, as an owner of that restaurant, I would be like that because these were all made to order where they had to pay where they were brought. You're ordering 300. You are coming in here, sir, and paying for that before we even begin.
Yeah. Maybe it's different in Poland. Maybe they're more trusting about pizza people.
Oh, that's possible.
Yeah.
That's possible.
Yeah, Poland, man.
Poland.
I like Poland.
Go
Their
get a pizza.
mythology in Poland, great. Their pizza delivery, they're so trusting.
I mean, Poland pizza
Hmm.
rolls right off the tongue. I bet it's great.
Yeah, because when I think of like the best
Polish pizza.
pizza around, I think Poland.
I think Polish.
Yeah.
Every time. Another bogus order. Another bogus order totaled around $10,000 worth of food.
Okay, so this is a little bit on the restaurants.
Right. You know.
Uh,
Eventually, things stopped being funny.
pretty quickly.
Police say some orders included victims' personal information and threatening messages, turning the whole thing from annoying pizza butthead into actual criminal investigation.
Hold on though. What do you mean? Like, all right, so I ordered 1,500 pizzas, and when you deliver it, wrote, "Screw you, Jerry."
That
I
was
know
a
what
great
you did.
catch.
Yeah,
I
like-
saw the beginning of that sentence. That was a great catch, Joe.
I said, "Screw you."
Yep, you certainly did. So, cybercrime investigators tracked him down, arrested him, and seized electronic devices from his home. He now faces charges that could land him in prison for up to 8 years. 8 years for a crime spree that basically started with, you know what would be hilarious?
Oh man, I mean the thing is you get away with something, right? And then you get a little bit bolder the next time around. Well, that was the problem. Is this guy kept doing this ridiculous pizza nonsense until it got to the point where like they actually made the 600 pizzas. What else could I do?
Right? No, it really takes it to the next level, and we kind of agree here, right? That it was kind of on the pizza place. Like, what were you
yeah.
doing? Come on.
I mean, yeah. Like, how do you have that much ingredients to make those kind of pizzas? Like,
That's
holy crap.
impressive.
Yeah. I
But
mean, maybe I don't know. I don't know. But this is it's weird. It's a real world weird.
It is very much a real world weird. And in speaking of weird, this is something that I felt like I could throw at the end of this because it is kind of a real world weird.
Ooh, I'm in.
So I've seen a few things about the Chinese government releasing a full public service announcement about aliens.
Okay, cool.
Now, I dove into this.
All
I
right.
did. I couldn't find anything official, but at the same time, I can't help but be like, that tracks.
So is your only source TikTok?
Nope, TikTok, Instagram, a few other sources that I've seen this going around, and I found this on Reddit,
Okay.
and it was
all
the
right.
same thing that I had seen on said, do not reply to aliens without authorization. Updated recommendation from the International Academy of Astronautics. If extraterrestrial life is discovered, report it to the United Nations immediately. This was supposedly just like a PSA announcement that we would get, like a weather, almost
Just
it would
thrown on the TV.
thrown on the TV all
Okay.
around China.
Hey guys, just saying, if aliens talk to you, call the cops. Don't chat with them.
And it's I couldn't I saw a lot of reports about this, but like I said, only from people. And let's face it, guys, we know this from what we've done on this podcast. We can't trust everything that we're told. We have to do our own diving, and sometimes it takes regular people on these different platforms. I swear to God, that's where I get most of my information, and then I do my deep diving research, and I usually find something, and that's why I threw it right here, real world weird, because I don't know if this is true. Either way, it's weird, and
It
this
is
is
weird.
happening right now,
In the real world.
right here, the same as this episode.
Yeah. So guys, I'm kind of curious. Did you hear about this? What do you think? What are your thoughts? What are your feelings? I mean, you don't just have to comment on the YouTube. Any place you get your podcast, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, leave us a comment and we'll chat about it.
And yeah, and sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. And honestly, downloading the episode, if you just do audio only, helps us out a lot. And if you're on our YouTube, remember to subscribe.
Absolutely. And I think with that, we are pretty much ready to wrap up this week's episode. We hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, please come back next week. There's a new episode of Earthling Entertainment every Thursday.
And your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to share this podcast with a friend, with a coworker, with a fellow ufologist, with a fellow paranormal researcher, or just someone who likes weird stuff. We're here for you.
So, from everyone here at Earthling Entertainment, see ya.
And goodbye.